Welcome to part two. We're joined by Andy from Perth, Scottish kid. Women loving, men want to be in. For those of you who like Poker International, that's our YouTube sister channel. How you going, Andy? You all right, lad?
Yeah, just get my camera back on.
Yeah, I'm
All
just
good.
looking at one picture you sent me of what is it?
Northern Lights,
Northern Lights. It's
Aurora Borealis, I think it's a
yeah.
technical term.
Bang. We spoke about Dave Allen, then I hope it flattens Johnny Fisher. Going back to Ben Whittaker against Liam Cameron, how do you see that panning out?
Yeah, I think it'll probably be Whittaker in points, but I don't think he'll be allowed to shine. Uh, I think Liam will probably nullify a lot as he'll maybe not look as fancy as he hopes, because he'll be wanting to showcase his skills on this match, won't
Yeah, it's Ben Whittaker, in my opinion, is like a flat track bully. I think once he gets clipped, he'll snap out
he? Yeah,
that is it flashy boxer against sparring partner mode kind of thing. It's not nice. I don't like to see
yeah,
that happen. I didn't like it when Naz used to do it. In fact, Nazim Howard, no offense, but I thought you were a dick. And when I heard that Dennis put it on him years and years ago in the area where I'm from, I thought, you know what, good old Dennis, because he don't take any nonsense. I'm glad
yeah,
Dennis put it on him because he was getting out of his pram and everybody around him were like Tyson Fury. Nobody wants to rock the boat with the champ, do they? Because they're all eating on the same plate.
yeah,
Well, Dennis didn't need to eat off the same plate as him as Ingles and all the rest of them lickers around him. And Johnny Nelson, you were a licker as well, old horsecock. He were one of them. Oh, I could tell you stories that Johnny would be embarrassed about now, what went on with around Naz and how Johnny behaved. Oh, I can assure you. And it's all for a bit of PR and a bit of reflected glory and money as well.
yeah.
Johnny, you should be embarrassed about how you behaved around Nazim Ahmed. You should be embarrassed. I mean, really embarrassed. But that's for Johnny to tell because he didn't tell it in his book, did you, Johnny? Hey, so it might be for Naz to tell. But hey ho, I don't take any prisoners on here. Right, so you got Ben Whittaker to win on points. I have. I don't really give two fucks who wins. I'd like to see Liam knock him out, but I don't think he's got it in him. But it is what it is. So
Yeah.
what about Eubank against that bare bum in the shower? What do you think to that one?
It could be another points win, or maybe a late stoppage for Eubank. Um, he's an Eastern Bloc guy, isn't he? A Polish guy, so you might find he's quite tough. But Eubank will be wanting to put a show on and get out there regular for the big money, won't he? So he'll be wanting to do.
What do you think to Eubank wearing a tea towel on his head, same as Turkey El Sheikh?
Maybe wanting a job in Turkey's kitchen.
And wearing one of them them big white blankets that they all wear.
I don't know what you call them, but they're supposed to keep you cool, aren't they? But what I did see, was Eddie Hearn not told to put one of them on? He turned up at a hotel with shorts on or something. The guy said, "No, you're not allowed in here with shorts on."
Well,
Eh?
Spencer Brown were running around in one.
Yeah.
Can you see how they're blasting themselves off now?
Aye.
Eubank's running around in one. I don't know what they're called, but where I'm from, they look like a dust sheet, that window fitters use.
I'd like to see Bricktop in one.
No, he don't need to do. After Bricktop were holding his hand on stage, wasn't he?
He's like, if you're not wearing one, you've got
Absolute
to hold his hand.
brasses. You what?
If you're not going to wear one, you've got to hold his hand.
I know.
Hold the hand of a man that is wearing one.
Okay. So who you got in that one? Eubank
Eubank,
on point.
probably points or late stoppage. I think.
What about this next one? It's Big Freeze against Wardley.
Well, I seen their think I seen a bit of the public workout video last night when I was in here late on. I just finished working on my young lad's car, and I thought they both looked a bit leaner. You know, it looked like they've both been training hard. I mean, they still had their like tops and that on, but I thought they do look leaner, and so I think they're both taking it seriously. They're not doesn't look like they're coming in, you know, like Mr. Bobby or anything like that. So I think it'll be another good fight. I think Big Freeze will try and box more and no get dragged into a fight. I think Big Freeze could outbox him,
Yeah.
box more sensibly. And I think Big Freeze will be more confident this time. I don't think he was that confident going into the last fight. Maybe about doing the distance and that sort of stuff. And it was he seemed to be a bit reluctant to take the fight initially, weren't they? They were trying to delay things a bit, maybe try to get more experience. But I think he'll take a lot of confidence out the fight because I think he felt he won. So I think I'd expect to see a better performance from Big Freeze. I think Wardley will still try to turn it into a war, but you might find Big Freeze trying to neutralise him a bit more effectively this time. I see he's been getting advice for Lennox Lewis, so. But then I remember Big Truck David Price getting advice for Lennox Lewis and for the rematch with Tony Thompson. That didn't help him, did it? So
No.
But Lennox will be a wealth of knowledge.
You know, what always strikes me about people like your Lennox Lewis's, your Carl Frotchers, your Carl Zaggis, they don't end up trainers, do they?
Yeah.
Why's that?
They don't know. Well, I mean, Roy Jones has been training, but he wasn't. I didn't think he. It was a bit of a disaster, him training Eubank, trying to get Eubank. Eubank looked like he was trying to fight like a young Roy Jones, and Eubank's reflexes are probably not what they were 5 years ago, even. So that style's no. That's probably how he got knocked out against Liam Smith. Or didn't help anyway. Boxing with his hands down when he's not got the reflexes to support that style, you might say. So I don't think good boxers that always turn out with good trainers. You probably get a lot of good trainers that have never actually boxed. What do you think?
I think that I don't know. What do you think, really? You think Big Freeze will do the business?
I think so. I think he'll. I picked Big Freeze on points, but I tell you what, they put a bet on a draw again. It might not be. It might not be a bad bet, but I think I'll go with Big Freeze on points. I'm not going to sit in the fence and say it's going to be a draw.
And it's a draw again. It's a fix.
Aye.
That's a draw again. Come on.
It's going to be stinking. They want a third fight. They can't have 3 draws, or 2 draws or anything. But no, I'm picking Big Freeze. I think he'll win on points.
Yeah.
I think he'll box better. I think he'll have a tighter defence and he'll box better and try and neutralise Wardley's wild attacks. But Wardley can fight. I would say Wardley's a better fighter. Big Freeze is a better boxer.
You know, Big Freeze, if he loses to Wardley, I'm going to be so fuming that an Olympic medalist from the same era as White Collar Wardley can lose against Wardley. I'd be embarrassed if I were him, would you?
Yeah, but give Wardley his due. He's done well, hasn't he?
Very well.
He's done well. For the background he's come from, I thought he's done very well.
I'm not taking anything away from the kid. He can fight. But you don't expect that from somebody from White Collar, do you?
No. He's is that what Max come from? I watched your Max videos, by the way. Enjoyed them. Good.
Yeah, Max is 3-1 now as a pro.
Good to see him back on the channel.
Hey?
Good to see him back on the channel.
He's only come on to be a mole for Big Ron, hasn't he? I think, listen, Dennis was itching to get on here. I won't want to give him any PR, won't I? All others are not allowed to give him it, are they?
Right, aye. You never see him on any other channels, do you? Never see him.
You don't have him on because he's fell out with that many people, hasn't he, Dennis? So he's the only guy that went to Eddie Hearn with a WBC world champion and put his champion in with one of Dennis's fighters and never got a rematch clause if his champion lost. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
No, it's just Aye. Misjudgment there. Eh?
Anybody matching for Dennis who's done that be sacked now.
Yeah.
Then Eagleson does it. So hypocrites. I got no time for hypocrites or people that chat shit. Don't
Yeah.
get me kicking off, Russell, again. I'm telling you, I've got some bubbling. Yeah, go on then. What you got bubbling? You're blowing bubbles out your nose.
Stew in the hot fire.
Another John Fury job, isn't it? All right. Bibble Beta Beeve. You've got Beta Beeve, haven't you?
Yeah, round 12 stoppage is what I think. Or a
Yeah,
late stoppage.
Do we need to talk about Skyle Nichols and Raven Chapman?
Nah, it doesn't it? I've nothing against women boxing, but it doesn't really float my boat. It's no, the fights are never, like you say, there's not a great depth of talent in the whole scene for women, is there? It's just a shame for them, but that's the way it is, isn't it? So,
Well, this is how I look at it. I ain't got no team, no downtime for women in boxing. It's a lot of shit. Fabio against its big threes we spoke about. What about Opatia against Jack Massey, Joe G's kid?
yeah, I mean, I think, like I was saying about Ben Whitaker and Liam Cameron, I think that's Ben Whitaker's not going to get it all his own way. And I don't believe before Opetaya's last fight, I would have probably picked Opetaya.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I did a wee video late on last night on my own channel, and I think I said that I've just got a
Did you say
feeling I'm
porn
going to.
channel then, Andy?
Sorry?
Did you say porn channel then?
No, my own channel.
Oh, it's a pop up bang.
None of that. Keep it clean. It's Andy's Cavern Boxing if anybody's interested. But,
What, YouTube?
YouTube, I
Don't
think,
forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Andy's
yeah,
Cabin
boxing.
boxing channel, YouTube. Is that what it is?
Yeah, so a light-hearted look at things and just a bit of banter, a bit of crack about boxing. Sometimes cars, music, and other things, but mainly boxing, obviously. Yeah.
Go on, Andy. You'll get a few subs off this. All my lot, sub to Andy's lot if you can. Cheers.
Yeah, and don't forget Porky's International as well. Eh?
We're going great guns on there, kid, at the moment.
Doing well.
Going great. We don't mess about. We're always there or thereabouts. We're like Johnny Horsecock.
Yeah.
Get where
I'm
water
gonna
can't get.
WD Johnny.
Well, I'm gonna be, yeah, WD-40 Johnny. Yeah. I'm gonna be brave and I'm gonna go for Jack Massey against.
That's what I'm going for. That's what I said last night when I made a wee video that I just feel Jack Massey could cause an upset there. That
And he was shy
because
last time out,
Opetaya's
wasn't he, Opatia?
yeah. He was all right to start with. It's like he ran out of ideas and then he started getting picked off a bit near the end, didn't he?
Yeah. Okay. The Gad has been told by Eddie Hills that he's a Judas regarding his comments about Joshua Dubois and blah, blah, blah. Is the Gad a Judas? I mean, we're not trying to slag the Gad off, but is he a Judas?
There's plenty of other things you could call me. You know, when you go fishing and catch an eel, well, I think he could make an eel look sticky, yeah, because he just kind of slithers his way about, doesn't he? And he just kind of goes. You never see him disagreeing with anybody at any great extent, do you? You'll know, or if he disagrees with somebody, he never backs it up in any way. He ends up agreeing with them, innit? He just seems to agree with everybody, or cozies up to everybody, and he needs to grow a set of balls and a spine and start being a proper journalist. Eh?
How long do you think I'd last if I started behaving like the Gad?
I don't think you'd allow yourself to behave like that. Yeah, it's the thing is, he could be. He's been about boxing so long. It's almost infuriating. Eh?
He were around boxing when Nigel Benn fought Eubank first time.
Was he? Is what far back is that? How old is he? He must be late 50s, is he?
Late 50s, yeah.
Aye, but he needs to. I mean, Don Charles told him what he thought of him, didn't he? He spelt it out to him.
Yeah, but Don
So-
Charles is at violin out now for 2 weeks, hasn't he? Don Charles
Ah,
become boring. Piss off. What stories you telling are crap. The crap story.
ah.
On, jog on. Okay. Is Spotty Frank a snide brother-in-law to Christopher Eubank Jr.?
Yes. Aye.
Guilty
should,
of sin.
To try and, I mean, for me, I'm a family man. Family comes first. For somebody to try and weasel their way to try and get their brother-in-law in the ring with a drug cheat some guy knows is on failed whatever performance enhancing drug failure it was, it still not come out properly, is it?
No.
Well, they said it was that clomiphene stuff. To put his brother-in-law's, in effect, putting his life at jeopardy, going in with a pumped up roid monster or whatever you want to call him, if that's what it is, that's shocking behaviour in my book. He
Yeah.
wouldn't get in my house if he behaved like that with me anyway. Yeah.
No, I won't, mate. It's I mean, you've got to look at it like this. He's married to Chris Eubank's sister, isn't he?
Yeah. So
Right.
that tells you his allegiance is more with Eddie Hills than it is with his own family. Yeah?
It is with his own missus, your man, his
Yeah.
brother-in-law. And it looks to me like basically he's hung himself, and he Eubank.
Mm. Good on him for speaking out, though. I bet there's plenty of other guys want to speak out like that. Not really
Well, he's got to get in bed with Turkey and out of state mix, on it, because if not, they'll out him
Yeah.
after some comments. But have we noticed
Yeah.
how they're not coming after him, Andy? What is all that about? Since when has Brick Talk ever dodged a challenge in his life? You know what I mean? He never has he? Hey.
Turkey's the man calling the shots now, though. I hope that he cleans things up in boxing. He makes sure fighters get properly paid. He doesn't cuts back on all this unnecessary skimming and promoters' greed. He screws them all down to the table and cleans it up. Aye, I mean, he's already said he wants pay-per-views no more than £20 and stuff like that. That's good. That shows he cares about the fans, because I tell you what, without that influence for him, none of the promoters, that prices were just going to keep going up. Remember, you reckoned was it going to be 30 quid or 35 quid for Fury Usyk initially, wasn't it? That's what they were talking, wasn't it?
We're just getting it some hype, aren't they, making out it's a big fight. When technically,
Yeah.
how is Usyk Fury a big fight after the shallacking that Fury took? How
Yeah.
is Joshua against Devar a rematch after the shallacking Joshua took? But people
That should never be a
don't
rematch.
they?
That's a shambles. That should never be a rematch, but never be allowed to be a rematch. Like we said already, I said if he's getting a rematch for that, Otto Wallen should be getting a rematch for Joshua for the beating he took. It's just much the same, isn't it? Much of muchness.
Listen, Anthony Joshua's had hundreds of millions out of that job. And for what? For what has he done?
Yeah. He's in some ways he's an overachiever from where he's come from, but he's been handpicked opponents and like Joe G said, this is him coming up against his first live opponent for donkey's years, against Dubois. Look at all the people he's dodged. Louis Ortiz and people like that. Wilder. Fury. He's never gone near any of them, has he? And I blame Eddie Hills for that. I think he's responsible for stagnating the whole heavyweight division for the best part of the last decade.
Eddie probably knows what he's done, but he's not going to put a slim fast thing on his waist and wire it up to his ears and put Rocky IV music on, is he?
No.
What he's going to do is going to try and generate as much cash as he can, but I don't agree with that, me.
No, he's just milking the system to the detriment of the fans, isn't it? The fans are the
losers. For the sake of milking it, mate, isn't it?
And even talking about fighting Wilder now, I mean, they're both done this, so what's the point, And even Fury's getting to the end. He's talking big talk for this rematch, but we'll see if he can walk the walk. It's I still think Usyk will do him, but He's
Yeah.
talking like he's talking like he's gonna. But like you said, the last, how did he not do that the first fight? Because that was a for me. I thought the best way to go is just jump on him and try and get him out of there. But he didn't try to do that, did he? He was just didn't make. But then maybe he couldn't. Maybe Usyk was. See, I think Usyk's a lot. They're going about him being too small. He's a lot physically stronger than anybody
He
gives him
met
credit for.
Usyk same height as George Foreman, and he's £4 heavier than when Foreman won the title.
And he was a monster then.
Well, Foreman were a monster then. But the point I want to make is this: it's not about the what dog you've got in it, or what is it, the dog in the fight or something. It's one
The
of them
fighting the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to be like, I'm not saying this because I know him, but Carl Froch would put his milk into a shake, no Mars bars, peanut butter, and all that nonsense I have. Just a banana,
Yeah.
his shake, and water, and that'd be it. Right. And
Yeah.
he'd do that. He'd probably do 40 of them in camp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've
We're not
got,
getting that now from this next generation, Andy.
no, there's no other dedication or commitment, is there?
Well, I walk by these schools in this area at the moment, and I see this is what I wait.
I mean, I watched about Usyk the last couple of weeks, and his footwork, somebody you never see him out of shape. You never see him leaning back. You never see him overcommitting or anything like that. His feet are always under him, aren't they? So,
Listen, mate, he's the real deal, Usyk.
oh,
He's
aye.
the real deal, Andy. And if you haven't got any doubts about him, all I'm going to say is enjoy him. He's coming
Mhm.
to Europe. He's won WBSS as the away fighter in Sunny's front room. He's the same thing that's 500 quid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, it is what it is, isn't it?
And apparently, he never haggles for the money of that. He just takes what he's given, and he
In
just wants
what?
to fight. Eh? He never haggles over purses or that. He just takes what he's given, and
He's bang on Usyk, right? And you know what? Them people that were paying 500 quid for them tickets for his last fight, they had a touch, mate. Because, you
yeah.
know, to see him live, it's amazing, I think, don't you?
Oh, aye. I mean, to have the privilege of watching him box live would be something else. Eh?
He's a
Um,
masterful, he is a masterful boxer. Do you want to go into part three, kid?
yeah, we'll get you over there. See you in a minute.
We'll see you on part three in 5 minutes when we'll have to get in close. Pop, pop, bang.